travelers, Mag and I here on day 180 of our trip around the United States. Today is what I consider our official halfway point. We are halfway through this journey around the United States. We were always planning on doing this journey in under a year, and the plan calls for us to finish by or before day 360. So we have made the halfway point. Today is the last day that we'll be covering miles before we take a break for our midway point. Today's route has us covering 315 miles along the northern edge of Texas. We're starting things off here in the heart of downtown Atlanta. From here, we're going to be proceeding north and west in a steady route through Omaha, Paris, yes, another Paris, and wrapping things up once we hit Gainesville, which we will have crossed through now 4 times by my count since this thing started, back and forth in and out of Oklahoma and to come get Skeletor 10. So we're not going to be geocaching in Gainesville. That is definitely our endpoint, and that's what we're going to call it a day. It looks like we're going to have several great geocaches on the list today, and I see several veterans memorials ahead. And as you know, I just can't get enough of these things. So let's see what our last day covering miles looks like. Come on, let's do this.
Today's Texas adventure begins in Atlanta, established in 1872, named for Atlanta, Georgia. The Veterans Memorial here can be found directly in the middle of the downtown area at the Lanier Ritchie Smith Memorial Plaza. Dedicated on November 11, 1990, this memorial pays tribute to the memory of all the men and women who gave their lives for freedom and in honor of all who served our nation in uniform in times of need to preserve and protect our American way of life. A significant portion of the geocaches we found today as we bounced from one county to the next were micros. And as expected in rural Texas, most of these micros were located at the edge of cemeteries. Ichan and I would follow the 2-track into the cemetery or park at the entrance gate and walk in until we got to the back corner to go locate another geocache. That's not to say our day was entirely filled with micros though. Every now and then we would be surprised with something a little different. It took me a little longer than it should have to locate this ammo can because I was looking for something hidden, not something sitting out in the open. One swag item you can tend to count on no matter where you find a geocache is the little army soldiers. When I first began geocaching, I would trade for one of each type and color of any soldier that I came across. As you can imagine, that led to a pretty assorted and colorful collection. While I tend to walk away from micros on trains, this one happened to come with a good hint, so I gave it a try, and wouldn't you know it, I made the find. Even though of all the kinds of micros that could be on a train, this one was a nano. I can't believe I found it.
That's right, a nano on a train. Have fun with this kind of hide.
Today's flavors seem to be visiting famously named cities here in Texas. Having come from Atlanta, one of our next stops was Pittsburgh, the county seat of Camp County. Having visited during the holiday period, everything was closed, but this is a fantastic place to visit the Northeast Texas Rural Heritage Museum. It is also a place worth considering grabbing a bite to eat, as it is the hot link capital of Texas. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the best smelling murals I have ever come across. Making our way north and west out of Pittsburgh, our next stop was Mount Vernon, the county seat of Franklin County with a population of just over 10,000 people. I always really like stopping into small towns like this that have a fantastic town square with all the buildings facing inboard. And all the better to see that the businesses here are still up and running and that there are many people moving out and about on the streets.
Well, this is a new one. I pull up to find this geocache, open the door, and this big old friendly guy just hops in and starts exploring. I wonder if anybody should tell him it's not his car. Hey, come here, big guy. Hey, come on. Oh, he's a good boy, huh? He's a good boy, huh? Come on, let's go be friendly outside the car. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. He really didn't want to go. I think I got a new road dog. Ichan's looking a little jealous there. Are you gonna keep my dog company? Yeah? You and Ichan are gonna be friends? You're gonna be my new road buddy? Looks like it's just you and I from here on out, okay, buddy boy? Yeah, just you and me, okay? Sorry, Aichan. You just got replaced. Wah, wah, wah. A perfect reason to always carry dog treats. That was the trick to get him out of the car and to keep his buddy happy, too. These are some friendly dogs we got here. Come here, buddy. Come here. You're such a good boy, huh? Yes, look at you. Such a good boy, huh? Yes, you are such a good boy. Oh, such a good boy, huh? Yes, you're such a good boy. Oh, don't forget about you. Yeah, you're a good boy, too. Yes. You're both good dogs. Yes, you are. I didn't forget about you. You come here. I'll play with you, too. Yes, I like all the dogs. You're a good dog. Oh yes, you're a good boy too. You got the most energy out of anybody, huh? Oh my gosh, I only have so many hands for the puppy. So many puppy hands, I know. I know. You a good boy? Yes, you're good. Yes, you're a good dog. Who doesn't like dogs? This is awesome. I only came here to find a geocache, but I get to hang out with all the puppies at the same time.
Continuing along our route of famously named cities on the northern edge of Texas, we next made our way through Paris, the county seat of Lamar County, with a population of about 25,000 people. While the Eiffel Tower seems to be the main draw, for me it was the neighboring Red River Valley Veterans Memorial that really took the spotlight here. This absolutely awe-inspiring memorial honors all veterans, past, present, and future. It stands as a reminder that our country must always be defended against forces that would deny us our freedoms. This is intended as a place for reflection, remembrance, and gratitude while honoring and remembering those who made the ultimate sacrifice and those who served well and were able to return to their families and communities. It is the hope of the people and organizations who help put together this memorial that it will educate present and future generations of the service and sacrifice made by members of their own families and communities, past and present, to secure the freedom we all enjoy, and a constant reminder that freedom is not free. Each of the black granite tablets seen around the memorial offers information about that war, how many were killed and wounded in the war, and on the back of each tablet are the names of those who never made it home. It is all but impossible to take a walk around this memorial and not feel humbled by the generations of heroes who have come before. The most recent additions to this outstanding memorial are the pieces of military equipment located at the back of the Walk of Honor. These include an M2 howitzer and a deuce-and-a-half transport truck, both used in World War II. These pieces of equipment are centered around the Cobra helicopter, flying high in the skies as it once would have done in the war in Vietnam. And may all who visit this memorial leave with a feeling of deep reverence and gratitude.
Oh, who's a tired puppy, huh? Yeah, you had too much fun with those other dogs this morning. That wore you out, didn't it? Try, you keep napping. We all know you're going to be awake tonight once the sun starts going down. That's a pretty puppy.
The sun was beginning to set down on us as we reached Bonham, the county seat of Fannin County. As is the case with so many county courthouses around the country, a walk around the building provides you an opportunity to check out many memorials and get a little insight into the county's history. The veterans' tributes scattered across the grounds pay honor to those who have served in the wars all the way up to Desert Shield and Desert Storm, but date back in time to the Civil War and even the victory of the American Navy over the Spanish fleet. Just a short ways down the road, you can visit the Sam Rayburn Museum, paying tribute to a congressman who served from 1913 to 1961. Spanning 48 years, nearly 25 terms, and 8 presidents, he remains the longest-serving House Speaker in history.
And that brings a close to another day on the road for Aichan and I, and our last day covering 80 miles for 2023. That is it. We are done for this year at our midway point. We made it. Right now, we're in the city of Bonham with the sun setting down on us, and we're only one county shy of completing our day. So we'll have no problem making it exactly where we want to be at a pretty decent hour tonight and being ready to take care of some business while we're in Dallas for the next few days. It was a very quiet day on the road here in Texas. Unlike yesterday, where we ended up in some pretty big cities, for the most part, today we've been in small town after small town until we got to Paris, where we saw the fantastic Veterans Memorial and the Eiffel Tower, and here in Bonham. Beside these two spots, it's been country roads pretty much all day long, and I'm great with that. We appreciate you guys joining us on the road for the last 6 months straight. It has been a long journey to get to where we are in Texas now, and we've still got a pretty long road ahead of us. I hope that we can continue to bring fantastic videos your way and see some amazing sights as we continue to make our way west across the country. Like this video, subscribe to stay tuned for daily updates, and we'll see you out on the trails.